Guys, have I told you how much I enjoy the Legends of Tomorrow? Greetings everyone and welcome to The Ride Back, and today I'd like to talk about the season finale of Season 3 of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. DC's Legend of Tomorrow has become my go-to for feel-good superhero show. I love the Legends of Tomorrow so much. They are just having fun with it. It's like taking the idea of the Flash. It's like when they made the Flash, they went away from other superhero kind of shows where it was kind of a dark, serious sort of tone, and they were like, let's have fun with it. I mean, it was made clear in the Flash when they put in King Shark, you know? Let's just have fun with it, or Gorilla Grodd. In DC's Legend of Tomorrow, that whole show is that. They love to do this kind of crazy stuff. And I'll try to explain it to you. So in Season 3, at the end of Season 2, the Legends disrupted the Time Bureau, and they were, and I want to say that it's been a while, so I think the Wave Rider was confiscated by the Time Bureau, and at the beginning of Season 3, they got it back, or they basically stole it back, to correct all these wild anachronisms, I think is how you pronounce it, anachronisms? Which are basically time displacements, you know, they have to correct these issues. Something didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen, and they go back and try to fix it. And this was such a fun season. There are so many episodes that I just loved so much. At one point, they travel back to, they travel back to the Roman Empire. They travel back to Victorian London, where they fight Jack the Ripper, who I think is also a vampire. Yeah, that happened. They have a moment with E.T. Well, it was an E.T. inspired episode where they have to take care of Little Ray. They come across a young Barack Obama. They let's see what else. God, so much stuff happening. They go back to Western times. So much stuff happens in this season. But the main plot of this season, and this is where spoilers are going to come in. Damien Dark, and I can't remember if this happened in the second half of Season 3 or the first half right now, because how Season 3 ended last night is what I'm talking about. But Season 3, that mainly dealt with a time demon called Mallus, I believe. Because there's actually argument, there's disputes about it in the show, like how it's pronounced. But Mallus is a time demon who's going through Nora Dark, who is Damien Dark's daughter, which is also interesting because they actually travel back in time to try to help a disturbed younger Nora Dark she really is possessed, and they actually get John Constantine to help her. They obviously end up failing because that's what the whole deal's with. So Damien Dark is trying to resurrect, or basically bring into this dimension, Mallus through Nora Dark. And what they need in order to do it, or what they're trying, I don't know exactly why they want them, but they they want totems. If you're not familiar, they had Nari. Who is it? Nari? Yes, she is an animal totem bearer who I can't remember the name of her superhero character right now, but she uses a totem, a magical totem that basically gives her the strength of animals, or speed of animals or whatever. And she actually develops a relationship with one of the legends. So you can think like, oh, that's going to throw off the whole time thing right there, and it does, at least somewhat. But they want to get the other totems. There's a fire totem, a water totem. There's the death totem. The death totem is so much fun because they actually go back to help Elvis Presley make sure his song gets played on air. It's just so much fun. It's a time travel show where they're just having a lot of fun with it. So they managed to, it's like a race to get all these totems. And they do eventually, the legends get all the totems, and real quick, there's a couple of major things that do happen, and this is heavy spoilers, but Ray Stein, half of Firestorm, he leaves the show. I don't know the exact reasons, but I think they kill off his character. So there's no more Firestorm on the show, which is kind of weird because Firestorm in the DC universe, I'm pretty sure is pretty strong. Like he's one of the top tier, strongest, or they have potential to be the strongest characters in the DC universe. So just killing him off is kind of weird to me. Now, they also, let's see, I'm trying to think about I think at one point they add on a different legend who is also kind of a time traveler, and she's the one with the fire totem. That's how they get the fire totem. That's how this whole thing kind of starts. And I think they even bring back Captain Cold for a little bit because he left during last season in order to. I think he was going back to Prison Break. I think Prison Break renewed, and he was doing that. But he. So what happens at the very end of the last episode is that Rip Hunter, who has kind of separated from the group, he's kind of off doing. He's kind of doing his own thing, but he does return to them later on, and he actually brings with him Wally West, because Wally West left the Flash because you don't need two Flashes on the show. In fact, I love how they actually reduced it. They had at one point they had 3 Flashes on the show, and they're like, okay, that's too many Flashes. So they took Wally West off and they put him on Legends of Tomorrow, which I love. I love that. I love how they can. The Legend of Tomorrow is like the drop-off point for any extra characters that they get too many of, because that's the DC universes tend to get too many characters. So they got to do something with them. So they put them on Legend of Tomorrow, which might seem like a downscale, but no, it's not. In fact, if anything, you are being upscaled to a better show, in my opinion. Sun is so bright. It's so bright. A lot of shades, but it should be fine. All right, anyway, I was mentioning that Rip Hunter basically sacrifices himself in order to try to stop the demon, but that's not enough. So they travel to a temporal blind spot, which is in the Old West. So he sends some characters from the previous show, from previous episodes, including Julius Caesar, Blackbeard, and I can't remember this character's name, but she's like basically a Celtic Irish druid kind of thing. And then they decided to have a big battle for all the totems. So the only thing, so what they need to do is they're basically Captain Planeting this thing, where they use all their powers and they summon. It doesn't even work the first time. They summon a what are those things called? A Cronenberg monster. They summon a Cronenberg monster the first time around. Is this my turn? Yes, it is. They summon a Cronenberg monster, and the other guy is like, oh, we're gonna form Voltron. Like, no, it's not friggin' Voltron. Like, no, I think it is. I think it's Voltron. Actually, this is not my turn, so I'm going to wait. Sorry, I don't go to this. I started going somewhere else. But we're not summoning Voltron. So what do they end up summoning? They summon Bebo. If you don't know who Bebo is, and I don't expect you to, it was a cute little character that they made up for the show. It reminds me kind of like a blue Furby. But they summon a giant Bebo to fight this demon. It is literally a demon with wings and devil horns and all this other stuff. So they summon this thing, and this giant blue thing ends up destroying the monster. So it's, like I said, it's just friggin' ridiculous, isn't it? It's just nuts. I love it. You got to check out Legends of Tomorrow. It's a really fun show, and I would highly recommend watching it all together. Oh, and this little thing, spoiler for the very end, Season 4 looks like we're going to have the return, finally, of something I've been waiting for, and they've been teasing at, the return of John Constantine as a permanent fixture. It looks like they've unleashed more demons, and that means to me, yes, John Constantine is back, and I cannot wait for him to be in the show more regularly. I was upset that Constantine got canceled by NBC. They didn't give that show a fair chance. It was good. And now he's on Legends of Tomorrow, I think permanently, or at least for the foreseeable future. So, guys, that's the end of this ride back. And I think it was a little longer than normal. Had a lot of stuff to talk about it. Well, I'm going through the entire season 3 here. But until next time. Sorry, it's early. It's an early morning. Traveling early this morning. Until next time, guys, please check out DC Legends of Tomorrow. It is a fun, great show. I can't imagine anyone not having fun watching the show. Later. Bye.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and please take a minute to like, comment, and subscribe for more super videos.